this place is rural. This area is far from the city, far from the activities of the economy.
Some they call it forgotten people. Job course, it looks like we are forgotten by our municipality and our government. Job course. Since I have been born, I never seen a civic delivery in this village. Yeah. I'm sitting here with my chief, Mabira Zovanara. Is the one who is leading those three villages, Gwakwani, Mbodi, and then Matatan. And he was in charge of these three villages.
So I'm feeling good now about this project. So I want to thank the University of Johannesburg.
When I grew up, I was likely to read, but it was tough job because my father was not working, my mother was not working, so it was tough to read during the night, which means all my homework I need to do it during the day only. And it was tough job because we were traveling from Matatan, which is 5 kilometers, plus minus 5 kilometers. So as a young man, when you travel from Matatan, you come here tired.
I woke up in the morning, 4:30 a.m. and I walk from here to Hanyan Secondary School, which is there at Chipise, and I take 4 hours to go to the secondary. Then after we get out at 4:30 p.m. and coming back here at home, and we get home at 7 o'clock. And sometimes when we came home, our parents say there's no cancer, which means we cannot do our homework. But now, anytime we want to do homework, we can do it.
You see the kids or my children for here. You see the different on kilometers from here to go to Matatan school. It's 6 kilometers. Our child is too small. No transport to go there.
I started my education at primary level. I didn't attend crèche. So it's good for our children and then for future.
Yeah, I think this crèche, it will help all children who live from this village.
And also, they had the first television last year, meaning at least they know what is happening, except the community that they're surrounded with. Yeah, they have these smaller panels that the university has provided for them, and the sponsors, in which it's mostly for charging their cell phones and for the lights.
When I grew up, we do have buy cell phones, so it was tough to charge cell phones. So which means you need to travel from this village to another village, and then they were charging us to charge cell phone. We need to pay 5 rand, 3 rand. So which means if I left here at 12, I need to come here at around 4 o'clock, just because I need to wait the cell phone to be full.
Kama fungo ama bone ane abona dzinduni ro wana o re thusa nga manda sa badzulapo ngori murahu ni ro vha ri sina mabone zwino ri vha kono vha na mabone ra kono shumisa ane a kono shuma ri kono vhona lidza dzi radio ri pfa mafhungo kha dzi radio na internet.
Now with the solar panel, they'll be able to open the bakery where they'll be baking bread.
So which means we are going to eat bread, fresh bread from the village. Before we were waiting Christmas to come, and Good Friday to come, if visitors to come, just because you can come with bread and then you start to eat bread. So now it's going to be much easier. And then bread in this side is very expensive just because they do charge transport. They said this place is too far, so you need to pay 10 rand, you need to pay 15 rand for per loaf.
I'm very glad with the bakery, and I think this bakery it will help everyone who stays in Gwakwani Matatani body. Before we started to eat bread mainly on the Christmas days. So now every day we will get bread here at Gwakwani. Every morning we will eat bread.
Kholiwa project ya Gwakwani yo disa zwithu zwinzhi kha riṋe sa vhadzulapo. Ri na fhulufhelo uri I khou ḓo fhelisa vhushayi vhune ha vha hone. Vhadzulapo vha khou tholiwa wana mushumo nga ine project. Vhathu vhanzhi vha sa koni u swikelela zwithu zwa nga sa vhurotho zwa zwino vha khou I wana nga heyi project ya Gwakwani.
The challenges with the water that you use for using the solar. Last time but you use the machine just using a diesel. The diesel machine is to use more money.
Before we were using a diesel machine, I was the one who operated it. It was very strong, powerful, hard to start it. So mostly in winter. That engine was big, using diesel, so to start it in the morning, it was tough and it was dangerous.
But the river water is not good because some other peoples that is living that side, it's washing inside. This water is coming from the Gwakwani village. The people of Gwakwani village come to take this water for drinking everything. No chemical but using to use in this water to drinking the water. And this area is the high risk malaria site area in this Gwakwani. Every year more than 20 people is going to clinic affected by malaria. Malaria linked to Donald Fraser affected the malaria.
So they came and installed solar pump.
The boil water is better than the river water because the boil water is come from down.
Ya vhadzulapo vha khou vhuyelwa nga nḓila ya uri kale vha vha sina maḓi avhuḓi a clean, zwa zwino vha na maḓi a clean. Zwi amba zwa uri na malwadze manzhi a vha tshi a wana kha maḓi a milamboni a vha tsha a wana ngori project yo vha thusa nga maḓi ane a vha uri a clean, vha nwa lune vha sala vha safe.
So now it's 24 hours water. So we do have running water, clean, free. Yeah, because before we were buying diesels, paying transport to collect diesel, so it was very expensive.
Yeah, ndi vhona phambano ngori swika zwa zwino ana vha na tshanduko ya khamusi ya u leludza vhadzulapo ko kuleka dzi tshelede dza u renga diesel. So ndi vhona zwo thusa tshitshavha nga maanḓa, and then ndi a zwi livhuwa zwo zwithu.
We do have another project which is called drip irrigation. So we do plant vegetables, different vegetables. So which means every day we can get a fresh vegetable from our garden, which means we are not going to use money to buy. And then another thing, you can sell it, and then so you can find a few money that you can use at your house. In this village is only few people who work. It's only me and another guy. So all these people, they depend on the social grant, child support grant, and then social grant. Yeah. So basically, they do small gardens next to the river. They do planting vegetables and then mealies, something like that. So they harvest it and then save it for food. Yeah, some they do sell, but it was difficult to plant next to the river just because when rain comes, the flood wash it away. So it was difficult before. Now we use we do have water even in our houses, so you can do a small garden in your house or in your home.
Just help us the big bridge,
Okay.
because this one is the smallest, and if the rain is coming, the children from both these not come to the Matani Primary School, and the children of Matatani is not going to GPs. That's the food is coming, because we know our country, and we know this river.
Project dzimwe dzo ri thusa ya bekara crash ya mavhone zwa zwino ara nga to ḓiseliwa thawara vho ine ra nga kona u shumisa dzi founu sa tshone tshine khou tevhela ri nga pfa ro livhuwa nga maanḓa vhathu vha university,
because the Gwakwani have no electricity, have no lighting, but now the village of Gwakwani were using the solars. You were studying the crash, bakery. We are happy for these challenges.
And I think what they did with first with the crash and the bakery, at least there will be some sort of economical activity, especially with the youth. As communities, as nations, we have a lot to do. As the country itself, they have a lot to do. Because I think there are many places like this. And let's try to work together and put our villages on the maps so that they can get some certain recognition. When you're in Joburg, when you're in those metropolitan places, you never think of there are still kids in South Africa that walks 5 kilometers to go to school. But it is really happening. We're still having children that are still learning on trees in our 21st century. So it's really, really sad.
As South Africans, we need to help each other and then to travel around the countries, just like South Africa. They must come from from urban to rural to see what the challenges are in the rural areas. Just because if you live in, let's say, in Johannesburg, you can't realize that there's another portion of South Africa which looks like Gwakwani. So you need to go around looking those who cannot and then do some help.
Kama mafhungo a garden ri khou vhona ro thusalea vhukuma ngauri u thoma ni ro vha ri tshi ḽa miroho na zwithu zwi na pfushi, mara zwino ri tshi vho tou kona u ḓiṱavhela riṋe vhaṋe ri khou kona u ḽa zwithu zwi re na pfushi na zwo ri a kona u rengisavho ra ḓo wana zwiṱukuṱuku zwikomani zwa vhoriṋe, which means zwi khou amba uri na ikonomi ya ḽi shango i khou aluwa nga nṱhani ha ngadi ḽa.
Yeah, so I want to thank Project Connection and the university and all the sponsors there.
Never to take life for granted. Appreciate what you have.